Hi there, Amy with crazybeautiful.com. I'm going to start with the White Christmas stamp set. These trees are so cute, and they remind me a lot of the stamp set that I have never bought, which I really probably should. I think it's called Lovely as a Tree. I'm going to open that back up and just grab my aqua painter and just give these tree trunks a little bit more color there. Doesn't have to be super perfect, I just don't want them white. And then I'm going to take my splatter from Gorgeous Grunge, and I'm going to start with my lightest color, which will be So Saffron, and I'm just going to ink it up. I am going to use kind of this end. You'll see there's a lot bigger dots over here, so I'm just going to do some splattering. Can you see that? Let me zoom in a little bit and or out. There you go. So I'm just going to add some pretty fall colors, and you don't have to re-ink every time. You can kind of just stamp around, and that way you'll get a little bit lighter color as well from the same ink. And then I'm going to clean this off real quick before my Calypso Coral. Okay, then you're going to do the same thing, and you can kind of stamp a little bit, turn it, and then you'll get a little different pattern. And there you go, got some pretty fall colors. I might even add espresso while I'm here, and we're just going to add that tiny bit of depth there. Very pretty. I'm going to use my 2.5 inch punch. Zoom back out a little bit and center that on there. There we go. And I'm going to show you how I did the background of this card. It's kind of embedded, it's called embedded embossing. I'm going to use a wet glue or Tombow adhesive, and just, actually that's going to be a little bit too much. You'll see when it goes through the Big Shot, this glue will squeeze out. So you really just want a thin layer of glue. And I'm going to put this on to this base piece like that, where I'm going to want it. So you glue it on with that wet glue, and we're going to put it in our embossing folder, and we're going to put it in our embossing folder and run it through. There. See how they're stuck together really well, almost like one sheet of paper. And that'll really cut down on the number of layers that you put on your card. It helps, you know, to make a flatter card. There we go, that's on my background, and I've cut a 3-inch circle that I'm going to add my trees to. This is going to go here, but I wanted to add just a little embellishment off to the side, so I'm going to show you how I did that. I've done a lot of three-dimensional flowers lately, so this little mini flower is just a taste of that. Alright, we're going to take our 7/8 inch scallop circle punch and punch out 2 of the circles and then 1 of this mini flower from our new punch pack. And one of the circles we're going to just leave whole. Another one we're going to just cut in a little bit every other scallop and distress it a little bit, which means basically you can take your scissors or your fingernail or a bone folder and give it a little curl, help the edges kind of pop up. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to glue it right down to our middle. And you want to use a glue that'll stay really well. And actually for this step, I'm going to just line these up for the glue to hold, and then bring it up and get that top layer to curl. So while that's drying, I'm going to take my little mini and curl the edges up, make like a little cup out of it, and stick a glue dot on the back, stick that down, and we'll kind of continue to curl up those edges. And I'm going to use another glue dot to stick this on. And I want to leave this card blank because I feel like I have a lot of cards I need to send out that are just, you know, thinking of you kind of cards, but I just want to be able to customize it to whatever I'm feeling that day. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.